Alright, welcome back here to another episode of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Three idiots go for 80, as always.
Hey,
Here's
you did it
True
right
Cherokee, and
right.
ManMadeAssassin, and me, shadowassassinw.
And yes, we are still here. Wesley is not subsided to a fit of rage and killed us.
Buddy, how have you been?
Whenever I say that intro, I always want to say, here's another episode of like Halo 3, for some reason.
That's because we
started on Halo 2.
The first failed attempt at recording with the Roxio was on Halo.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. I was more thinking about the fact that we started back in Halo 2.
Are you starting this up here? Yeah, what are you doing, slacker?
I'm forgetting.
Screaming, all we wanna do is eat your brains. Not unreasonable. I mean, no one's gonna eat your eyes.
It's not quite the tune, but it's close enough.
Haven't heard that song? It's
Shut up, Jeff.
Is it Your Brains or is it just Brains?
Your Brains.
Your Brains.
Yeah, it's Your Brains.
Colton.
Yep, check him out. If you haven't heard it yet,
So,
you probably haven't played Left 4 Dead 2.
This song in particular is talking about as if the person who's singing it was a zombie, and they're trying to break into an office room where, I forget the kid's name, there's some guy trapped in there, and the zombies are trying to negotiate a way to get in.
Pretty much.
Fucking terrifying. If zombies could talk.
Yeah, that'd be pretty creepy and scary.
Actually, it'd just be terrifying if zombies existed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I'd be screwed. Jersey
I saw
has the highest population per square mile. I'd be screwed.
I saw this post, and it was one of the things that's written on the wall in Left 4 Dead, and it was, I miss the internet. And that's true.
That would suck.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could go on without internet. Host migration right away.
I don't know. I could just the zombie apocalypse. Yes, I'm morbid and a terrible person for saying it. Would be fun as shit.
It'd be fun.
But there's also the complete and utter collapse of civilization as we know it.
Yeah.
I feel like it actually wouldn't be fun. I was actually talking about this kind of the other day, and it's like, I don't know, would you really want to see like everyone die in a sense? Like, what if you see
everyone you meet stupid people? Yes.
Like, what if you saw one of your loved ones
but
eaten in front of you, and it's just like, I don't know. There's all this talk, and it's like, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of talk.
Realistically speaking, yes, it would be terrible. It would be worse than the Holocaust. It would be worse than every war we've had to date. But the thing is that, I'm looking forward to part of it. The thing that I would enjoy is the fact that
zombies.
No, that too. But the thing is that you never really see who a true person is until they're under life or death pressure. Like anybody who's, just walking about their daily lives, having, your average job, going to school, they can be whoever the hell they want.
Yeah.
But it's only when you don't have the chance to think about that you see who the person actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, cool, zombie apocalypse. But I honestly don't think I'd want to live through that. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to live in fear and paranoia the rest of my life.
Me personally, I would. This is gonna sound, and shit. I'd save a bullet for myself.
Yeah,
just flat out. Like when I couldn't take anymore, I would use that bullet. And
I would.
Myself.
I definitely, because I would not want to get eaten. That sounds like the most awful experience ever.
Yeah, because when you think about it, like, biting somebody is about as primal as it gets. And there's just a fear of that ingrained in your very DNA that makes you think, oh shit, that shouldn't happen.
And it's not even like... Well, I was gonna say, like, what if it's not just one zombie? You know, it's not gonna be one zombie that gets you. You're gonna get swarmed.
Yeah.
You're gonna get devoured. And you're gonna be alive for that until you pass out from the pain.
Or shock.
Yeah. Cause
or shock get to you, yeah.
It's not gonna be an instant death.
Oh, like, you'll see in all the movies, somebody gets bit and they're like, oh my god, and then they die. But, you know what, the human body is meant to live through things like that. Well, not like that, but meant to survive as much trauma as possible.
But here's another thing that people don't always think about. You know, you see in zombie movies, it's not always just biting. You see the zombies tearing into your stomach with their bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
Like, they are shoving their hand into your stomach and ripping your intestines out while you're alive.
Shaun of the Dead.
And then they eat it in front of you. Like, just getting bit, that's terrifying, but personally, I don't want anyone shoving their hand up my stomach and pulling out my intestines and then eating it.
Yep.
No, that's good, because if you did, you'd be a really weird person.
Like, it makes me think back to I know this is a little off topic, but it's kind of not at the same time. Makes me think back to what the fuck is it called? What did we call it? Shit, my mind just went blank. With William Wallace, starring Mel Gibson. Know what I'm talking about?
Nope. It sounds familiar, but I don't really.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the movie, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
All right. Like how in the end of the movie, his punishment is to have his intestines ripped out while he's alive. Like, that's what it makes me think of. Like, when I saw that, I just tried to imagine, like, what the fuck would that feel like to have your intestines ripped out like that while you're alive?
Yeah. Awful.
Like,
awful.
One way of saying
Straight up awful.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, how much pain would that really feel like, you know?
I don't think you could come up with any kind of description without having experienced it.
Probably. And if you experience it, you're dead.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't think there's any probably about that. I'm pretty sure you're dead.
Like, if it happened in a hospital, you know, maybe.
Maybe you could live.
I'm pretty sure you're dead.
When it comes to the zombie apocalypse, you know, everyone, you know, they all come up with these zombie plans. But really, if you really want, in my opinion, if you really want to survive, there is no plan. Don't make a plan.
Yeah, because it's gonna go wrong.
Okay. Exactly. When you plan for that shit, it's not gonna go right.
It's kind of like Warfare. Like, I think it was Clausewitz that said it was no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Exactly.
You know what? You can plan all you want. It doesn't mean that's exactly how it's going to work out. As a matter of fact, it's almost guaranteed that's the way it's not going to work out. That's why they had generals in war.
Yeah,
so that when it didn't work out, they could figure it out.
There's too many variables.
Yeah. And I mean, if I were going to make a plan, my plan would be this. Never stay anywhere more than a week. Always move. Always. Never. Like, that's the biggest thing with me. A lot of people's plans involve staying somewhere and fortifying the shit out of that area. Okay. Sure, you can do that.
You run out of food.
Yeah. And you run out of water. Run out of ammo. And then you go outside of your fortress and realize you are surrounded by tens of thousands of zombies. You're not going anywhere. You're either going to starve to death, die of dehydration, or you're going to jump over the wall and get devoured.
And the other thing...
Humans are creatures of habit, though. Like, we want to have a familiar place. We want to have a quote-unquote home.
Yeah,
But if you want to live in that situation, you can't. You can't do that.
and you're not only worrying about zombies, people are going to break down and they're going to care about number one in the world to them, which is themselves.
Yep.
And so you're going to have bandits, essentially.
Yeah,
who are
We're going to
gonna,
have things that we haven't had to worry about as a race in centuries.
I mean, you're going to have
Yep.
raiding parties, essentially, and they're going to go around and they'll kill you. Even if you're not infected, they'll kill you and they'll take your food and your ammunition so they can survive longer.
And you know what? Until you're in that position, who knows if you won't be one of them?
Yeah.
On an even more
Don't know
fucked
until
up
you're
note,
pushed there.
On an even more fucked up note, no matter how you want to say, there's people like this out there. There's guys like this out there. If you have a woman with you and they're about to do something, as fucked up as it sounds, kill her before they get to her. Because her life will be a living hell if you don't kill her there.
If I had the option, I'd rather kill them.
But I'm saying, if you didn't, and you had a chance to put her out of her misery before they get their hands on her, kill her.
It depends on the woman. There's some people that would rather live through that. But,
there are some, but I mean, like I said, as fucked up as that sounds, like, seriously, if I was a chick, I would rather die than live through getting raped day after day by like 6 or 7 different guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I understand where you're coming from with that. I don't know. Human beings in general are violent, petty group of
And you know what?
terrible, terrible living organisms.
Just one thing. When, if you're a girl and you're watching this and zombie apocalypse happens and you're like, oh, that'd be cool. What happens when you run out of tampons? What are you gonna do then? How awful would that be?
Here's an even more fucked up thought. What happens when there's no normal birth control? Find a guy you like and you get pregnant in a zombie apocalypse.
You're
then
fucked,
what?
literally and figuratively.
Then
Yeah,
what?
I mean,
not only are you not going to be able to move around a lot, you're going to be making a lot of noise, and that attracts zombies.
yeah, you'd have to have a set, it would have to be way into the apocalypse where civilization is starting to come back at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared the crap out of me.
Actually, there's a really good book that I personally love, and it's about zombies. All right. What the movie is actually about? What the movie's actually about?
I thought this was a book.
You'd like this movie a lot. Yeah, okay. Why do I keep saying movie? What this book is about?
What's it called, first of all?
Called Empire. And what it is pretty much the zombie apocalypse happened. You know, we're still in the middle of it. Like we're in the book. We're like in the middle of the fucking apocalypse, you know. There are sections that of the America that the military have fortified off, and they give sanctuary to to people and everything. But there are some people that don't want to go into the sanctuaries, or they can't. But it's one of those things. But the thing about the book that I like the most is the main point that is discussed is how the Grim Reaper, Death, is going after the zombies because they've already died.
Cheated it.
Yeah, they've cheated Death, precisely. And he's actually going around and he's fucking killing zombies. And the reason, that reason it's called Empire is because there's actually a guy who's trying to use the zombies and have some sort of empire with zombies as his army.
That sounds only a little terrifying.
And, you know, Death is trying to stop him by, you know, killing the zombies and eventually killing him when he gets his hands on them. I mean, it's a really... And there's plenty of other characters. Like, it's not just mainly focused around Death. You know, they show characters of like, you know, civilians that are trapped in, like, the wastelands, you know, trying to survive and stuff. And it's definitely one of the best books I've ever read.
Might have to check that out.
As these two assholes love to point out, I don't read much. I don't.
Hey.
I'll admit it.
When do I point that out?
I pointed
Wesley.
out because I spend most of my life with my nose buried in a book.
Okay. So Wesley, not so much, but sometimes he does. But anyway. But yes. Definitely, if you two, I'm definitely going to recommend it to you two. But anyone else that watches this video, I'd recommend it to you two if you like reading books.
Yeah, I really like one of the books. I like reading those like compilation books where it's like a bunch of
It's
little,
a whole bunch of short stories.
It's a whole bunch of that, and I have like an apocalypse one, and then I have a zombie one, and like year's best sci-fi, and those are awesome. The zombie one I recently got through this year. I really like it because you get a lot of different like points of view on what zombies could actually be. And it's like, because everyone thinks, oh, you know, classic zombie, slow moving, but you don't know that.
It could be like the ones from, what is it, 28 Days Later, like the Rage
Yeah,
virus?
that would suck. I would immediately kill myself.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because, you know, if you think about it, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to interrupt, but just real quick.
Yeah.
They don't even eat you in that way, do they?
Not really. They just sort of infect.
Like,
yeah.
They like, well, not just that. Like, technically, you think about it, they're full of rage.
They just kill, like,
what
pummel
do people
you.
do when they're full of rage? They beat the shit out of you. And of course, they spit up disgusting, pussy blood all over your fucking face. Disgusting as hell. But, go ahead, Wesley. Continue.
Different kinds of
zombies.
zombies.
All the different, like, you get so many different perspectives, and it's definitely like you don't know what's gonna happen, because I feel like, so first off, the zombies are like, oh, they're slow moving, those slow moving zombies, but the whole reason the zombies are slow moving is because the muscle can't rebuild itself. So just from like day-to-day use, the muscle just keeps breaking down, and that's why they move slowly. So at first, they will be able to move like relatively quickly. Not run, I'd say, but they're not going to be like dragging towards you.
Yeah, it all depends on the level of decomposition of the body.
Yeah.
And like the scary part about that too is that the main reason we can't, you know, pull cars off people unless we're popped up on adrenaline is because our bodies are built to try to not fuck ourselves up.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, a zombie doesn't have that. They use 100% of their strength 100% of the time.
Yeah.
They will have strength, like, you could take somebody who's, I don't know, 5'8", and if he's a zombie, you put him up against a bodybuilder, I don't know, I'd probably say 8 times out of 10, he'd end up doing more damage just because
the zombie will bite.
You know, he doesn't care about his own well-being. He will be willing to completely destroy his muscles and ligaments simply to get a bite.
He wouldn't feel it either. They don't feel pain. They're not going to feel a damn thing.
There's no pain.
They're just going to keep trying to bite your ass.
It's not even pain. There's no fear. And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. like a big example. You know, most people when they see a Molotov cocktail flying at them, they run the fucking other way. Zombie will walk right through that shit and keep going.
There's no fear, and with that, there's no doubt, and it's just all there is eat.
All it is I'm hungry, pretty much.
Just for what we know, I mean, never been.
This is all purely hypothetical, obviously.
Yeah.
None of us know anything about how this may or may not happen.
I actually work in a lab, and we're working on making zombies. So I'm actually a
there, Wesley.
leading expert on zombies. But no.
Oh. Continue what you were saying, Wesley?
I'm done. I mean, yeah, go out, read it. I don't want to turn away from the screen and like look up at my shelf and try to find this book. I mean, if I can see it from here, The Living Dead edited by John Joseph Adams. That's who it's by, and it's just a whole compilation. I mean, most of these things, didn't realize, science fiction is just full of sex. Full. And I feel like there's a lot of it. But I mean, you know, it's whatever. It makes it more realistic, I'd say. Because, I mean, it does bring in that aspect of it.
Like, when you think about it, like, what's the one thing everybody wants to go out doing? They either want to go out sleeping or they want to go out having sex. Sex is a very life-affirming activity. If you're in the middle of something that makes you fear for your death every day, then yeah, of course that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to blow some steam, and
I would not, because of the fact of this. No, because of snakes on a plane where they're having sex and the snake bites his penis. What if a zombie came out of nowhere? Bites your penis. What are you gonna do?
There's your one bullet right there.
Yeah, there's the one bullet. Use that shit.
Most painful thing ever.
Delta, you've got a friendly Cobra inbound.
Yeah.
I'd rather have my stomach ripped into than have my penis bitten off.
UAV online.
Yeah, I agree. That's because if you're a dude, you're not gonna want to live without a penis.
Nope, done with that.
Poor eunuchs back in history. Damn.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Get a shit! Oh god, the car kill.
Of course it gets me when I fucking run to try to help you.
Such a sweetheart, Jeff.
Personally, I do have a theory about the zombie apocalypse. I don't think it's going to be the whole, risers, out of the grave kind of thing. Like a lot of zombie movies like to portray. I think it's going to be more like, like the virus, like Resident Evil kind of thing, like a virus. Like, perfect example. And this was a good movie, in my honest opinion. You guys ever seen Quarantine?
No, I wanted to though.
I think so.
That's perfect example, because pretty much what happens in that movie is a strain of rabies gets out.
Right, yeah.
And the rabies pretty much turn the people it affects.
Damn it, Jeff! If that had been the last kill. I navigate the Predator missile in through the dome. Look there.
I see it. It's right there in the background. It's right there in the background. Yeah. Fucking goddamn mind.
Yeah, I mean, rabies, even if you contract it from an animal now, there's... Alright, well, they recently came up with a possible cure, but it only works, 2 out of every 10 times.
Yeah.
But, damn.
But,
It all starts with the bunny rabbit.
That's what rabies does to you. It fucking makes you nuts, and it makes you do crazy shit.
Yeah, well, that,
I don't know, do you guys know, why it always seems like people that have rabies want to bite?
No.
I don't know, because it's either that or scratch when you think about it, because
Yeah.
like biting is one of those things that's been ingrained in humankind since time immemorial. When we didn't have tools, we didn't have weapons, all we had were our hands, feet, and mouth.
I mean,
yeah.
when you were a kid,
have flailing your arms at people and biting.
when you were a kid
them.
and you're playing with Legos and you couldn't get a Lego part, what'd you do? You put one end in your mouth, the other end in your hand, and ripped. That worked every time.
Yeah.
Or you hurt your teeth.
But like one of the most fucked up scenes in the movie was one of the firefighters gets infected because he gets bitten by one of the attendants of the household, and he ends up snapping his ankle. I think it was his ankle, and the bone is just sticking out of this guy's ankle, and he's still walking on it. Like every step, you just hear crunch, 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 and you're just like, what the fuck?
Fucking
But
ow.
it doesn't affect him at all. He just keeps fucking walking on it like it's nothing. And like that's, in my opinion, that's one of the scariest things of a zombie apocalypse. You know, if you see that, if I were to see a human being with his bone like sticking out of his goddamn knee or something, and he's still walking towards me without anything showing of pain, I would be shitting
Like
my pants.
Zombieland.
Because
Yeah.
exactly,
Beginning.
because any human that happened to, they wouldn't walk for a long time.
I think you can pretty much say ever.
Well, without putting they get like metal
there-
plates and
Yeah.
screws in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said
Yeah.
for a long time. They'd walk again, but it would be a long healing process.
They have to go through physical therapy and all that.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of other shit that would never happen if this
Yeah,
actually
you wouldn't
happened
have
in the
any of
world.
it.
Yeah. But like zombies, like they don't give a fuck. Ah, no. They don't give a shit.
See, that's
But that is what I believe in for a zombie apocalypse. If it was ever going to happen, it'd be that kind of zombie apocalypse, not the I'm going to rise out of the grave
Yeah.
and I'm going to eat your brains because it makes me feel better.
no,
because I'm dead.
it would be a virus.
Yeah.
And like the scariest part about that is viruses in real life aren't just bloodborne. What if it's waterborne? What if it's airborne?
Honestly,
Yeah. That.
the thing that would freak me out most is if you remember, if you've seen Resident Evil, the third one,
Yeah,
with
I
the
have.
crows,
I don't remember the name of it.
the crows. Oh
Yeah.
my! Animals
would be
get
very
infected.
terrifying.
I'm done. Done. I quit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, especially, you know what? The only animal that needs to get infected, do it to rats.
Yep.
The entire
Rats.
city's done.
Insects.
Any city.
You done? Flies?
Yep.
Screwed. Yep.
Mosquitoes. They don't even have to be affected themselves. They can just carry around the blood.
You know what? No, not even. Personally, if spiders get infected, I'm done. I will kill myself right then and there. Because I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. This is a little off topic, but if spiders right now were the size of dogs, we would be fucked.
There wouldn't be space for them.
Because they would hunt us.
Yep.
They would hunt our asses, and they'd kill our asses. I mean, yeah, we could easily fight them back, but you know what? There are spiders that are gigantic as it is already. And if
Gross.
they were the
Big as your thigh. As
exactly. And like, if they were the size of a...
yeah, and then proportionally. So like you think like small spider,
Like, imagine one of them the size of, like, a Great Dane.
8-legged freaks.
No. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. That movie is a perfect example of what would happen if spiders were that size.
It's like
Like, we would...
I
a lot of
would
people die.
craft myself a sword, and I'd beat them off.
I would buy a lot of ammo for my AK-47, and I shoot every last one of those motherfuckers. And I just dropped the ball. Yes, I do own an AK-47. Yes, it is a legal purchase.
You're talking about your own life. That's not dropping the ball.
That's a good point. Shut up. Anyway. But, like, yeah. I agree with you, Wesley. That the crow thing, that was definitely one of the scariest.
Getting pecked to death. Awful.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fucking awful.
Like, at least with the zombies, you know, you'd actually, you know, it'd be a pretty big fight. But if it was, you know,
you're done.
Birds, it would be such a slow death because the bites would be so little. Like, I think it would just be really bad.
Yeah. Too much. One of those things that you just never ever want to happen.
Pretty much.
Oh, damn it.
What?
Huh?
Oh, damn it, what?
Oh, Eric is getting a lot smarter. He doesn't actually back all the way into the corner anymore. He sits just a little bit out of the corner, so I can't trap him.
I told you made me fear all things 90 degrees.
One day, Eric, you will not pay attention and you'll be in a corner.
Frick.
Oh, of course on the last death.
How?
Oh yeah.
How?
12 kills, top of the list.
Oh my god.
You actually got the exact same score as Wesley. The exact same 2-2-2-0.
Yep, but I died half the amount of times.
Jesus Christ.
That is
Oh my god.
swear to God.
Alright.
I blame that thing for our losing. Because the time you spend sitting in a corner flying that fucking thing around, you could be killing people.
I don't care. I got lots of points.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Alright, well, so we made it pretty far here into this. Jeff's halfway.
Yep.
Just a little under. Yeah, 'cause he's a cheater.
He's a whore.
But, so we will see you next time. Hopefully there won't be a zombie apocalypse between now and then.
See you later, people. Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully not.
See you, people.
Bye-bye.